I'm gonna start recording now. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Toa Talk. Today we have Alex back with us, but we also have two brand new guests. We have Fries and Poce. Fries, you may introduce yourself first, just because your name has an F in it. So, alphabetically speaking, you can go before Poce.
Yeah. I'm Fries. I'm a content creator on YouTube. I guess my hobby is just building bonkles and Lego stuff. And when I did get into Bionicle, I think it was probably way before, probably the beginning of I would say 2001. I think right when the Toamata initially came out.
You're an OG.
And somewhat OG, yeah.
Yeah, it's as OG as you can get. Yeah.
I would say like my favorite year would probably be, I would say 2007 and 2008
Nice.
waves. I would say also my favorite set. I think
It's a hard one. There's so many good ones.
It is.
No, it's not.
It's Solek, right?
No. I would say probably I would say Tahu Uniter from 2016.
That's a hot take.
Interesting.
Yeah, no, I've never heard that one before.
As for canon, I would say I was gonna say Eerie, but
Yeah, Yuri's cool.
I would say, but yeah, the Metro Torin, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he was also in Minog as well.
Wait, why?
Fair enough.
He doesn't want to disclose any private information. But yeah, no, and of course we have Poce.
I'm Post. I'm unfortunately also derogatory content creator. I do Pokemon Masters videos, if you can believe that. And when did I get in Bionicle? Well, I got in Bionicle when I got my first set, which I believe was a Vorak. It's either a Vorak or a Leonuva. I don't remember specifically which one came first, but anyways, my favorite year is 2006. Amazing stuff. I helped save the All American Rejects from the dangerous proc.
Save the band.
Yeah.
Let's go. We got an OG over here.
And just everything about that year is great.
Oh yeah, no.
I like
we
that
love
Nika.
06.
Maybe some of the Master Goofy, whatever. I don't care. The proc are freaking amazing, right? Titans are great. The story is great. The music is good. Commercials, everything was cool. And favorite set. This one's he's incredibly easy. It's Brutaka.
Brutaka.
There we go.
Brutaka.
There we go. We keep the train going. Keep it going.
Not that difficult. It is not that difficult of a question. It's Brutaka, okay? Do not have to, there's nothing to, you don't have to
Make this man cook.
complicate this that much, right? So, yeah. A favorite canon character? Like Tova Kama. I like how Greg wrote him. At least in the, in the first half of, well, not even half, but like for most of the Metro parts, right? He wrote a lot of them.
Yeah.
A lot of the Metro books, right?
Yeah, Time Trap is his favorite book, I believe.
Yeah. I've heard him, and he's just been through quite a character arc, right? Leading that very disgruntled team, I guess, right? And,
no.
He's cool.
Dysfunctioning team. We love the Toa Metro. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Bionicle 2 was my first movie, too. The first Bionicle movie, specifically. Love that one. Yeah. We love Bionicle 3, too.
Set-wise, I was slightly disappointed when he first came out, and, everyone got cool weapons, and he was just like a disc launcher, like a slightly larger one that the Motorin had.
It has fire on it.
But
you know?
no. The more you read the character, more you
Oh,
love
yeah.
this guy. So
No, we love Akama. All right. So, something brand new for each podcast is that we are doing year recaps, counting down for all of the years Bionicle has been alive. So, we're going backwards though. So, we're not starting out with 2001 because that would just be too fun right out the gate. We're starting with 2016, Gen 2's last year, and also Bionicle's last year. So this year was quite interesting because it was not supposed to be its last year. 2017 was when they were aiming to finish things up. And we also had Journey to One come out very abruptly. Or, well, it ended abruptly, and it came out kind of abruptly, too. And this is a very mixed year for a lot of people. A lot of people don't tend to look back fondly on 2016. We got some cool sets, of course. Like Akimu is super expensive from that year, but that's primarily because the second half of that year didn't even release like outside of North America too much, from what my understanding is, because I know Australia didn't get those sets. Parts of Europe didn't get those sets either. So the second half of 2016 is quite expensive on the secondhand market compared to a lot of the other G2 sets, even though the G2 sets are still expensive just because they didn't sell well initially. But yeah, no, like, what's everyone's thoughts on this year? And were all of you around to witness the end again of Bionicle?
I was around.
Oh yes, the end of Bunkle. Geez, I remember thinking that that whole Netflix show was gonna be hype. And then I watched it, and it was the complete opposite. And I was
Yeah.
dying the whole time. Coming from the original movies that we had gotten, I was like, oh my gosh, we're bringing back Bonko, another media. And I mean, I'm not sure about you guys, but I thought the original 2015 trailers were kind of hype. I liked the stories. But then the 2016 ones came out, and I was like, what the heck is this Netflix show? I don't mean, is it even still on? I don't remember.
Oh yeah, it's still on Netflix. Yeah, it's a
It's still on
original.
Netflix.
Yeah, it's a Netflix original. That would be kind of crazy if
Oh,
they
no.
removed it. I mean, it's not unheard of for streaming services to remove their own originals these days. Of course, like Netflix doesn't have Daredevil or Punisher or those Marvel shows anymore, and they made those. Disney owns them. And Disney Plus, they had Willow. They had a Willow show, and that doesn't even exist on Disney Plus anymore.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that.
Yeah, I know. But no, you can still watch Journey to One. They used to have every Bionicle movie on there, but then they removed them. But it's okay because you can find them all on YouTube now.
All except Reborn.
Yeah, it's still like not too hard to find that one though. But yeah, like the original 3 Miramax films are all basically public domain, and people have increased the quality of them online, so you can literally watch them in 4K 60 FPS if you wanted to, which is interesting. But yeah, no, it was just a weird time because I remember looking at like the Toa like leaks, and me personally, I preferred how the 2015 ones looked more so. I just thought there was like the gold works for certain characters, like it works on Tahu Uniter, but like Onua, I don't think needed gold on him, and like every character had gold, but the weird part is that all their Kanohi had like the silver tops. Yeah, it was kind of strange that way. So like Kopaka is a really great build, and I kind of found it interesting how they combined him and his creature into one set. And he's probably the best.
Right.
He's probably the best Toa of that year, honestly. But yeah, I don't know, like, why do you guys think the second half didn't like distribute to the rest of the world, and it just kind of mainly stayed in North America?
Might have been probably due to poor sales, I guess. Probably.
Yeah.
But then again, I don't think not many people probably didn't know that Bionicle came back at all. Probably because maybe a lot of Bionicle fans probably weren't interested in getting them anymore because Because I think like after 2010, I think that's when like everybody just probably like stopped
Yeah, well, like
doing Bionicle.
me myself, like I got all of 2015. Like I was one of those people that bought the entire
Mm-hmm.
year, aside from Skull Scorpio. But then I
Same.
I ended up getting the mask.
That set? Why would you miss out on Skull Scorpion? Come on. I love
Yeah,
Scorpion.
Scorpio. I love Scorpios. But yeah, I got the mask. I think through Lego missing pieces back when we would do the scams to Lego that
Oh,
you
no,
can't do
I can't
anymore.
say that. I worked for Lego. They're gonna stop me.
I'm sure we've all dabbled a little bit in there. So I did get Pohatu's mask.
I will officially state otherwise.
Yeah,
I have
you-
no idea what he's talking
You have
about.
no
The
idea.
Lego group,
Alex has no idea what I'm talking about.
take me back.
But yeah, like with 2016, I only got half the Toa, which were like I got Kopaka, Liwa, and Tahu, and then I got Umarak the Hunter, and I got Umarak the Destroyer, and that's all I got for 2016. I'm just gonna go check on my dog. I don't know why she's barking. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I'm just gonna go take care of it while you guys discuss further.
The beasts were really goofy. I think I only had. I'm like looking at the sets. I pulled them up. I was trying to see the leaks again, and I think I only had Umarak and the purple one. I don't know about you guys, but like the designs for the beasts, I was not having them. Like they just did not appeal to me as much. I think this is where maybe you know how like I think it was when we started seeing like the Bionicle builds become like the general standpoint of what they would use. I felt like when they came to the beasts, it was just like so generically flip flop with these different like trans color pieces, and I was like, I don't know about it. And I see there was also like I completely forgot they had like a combiner set where you are supposed to take some of them and you put them on Umarak.
Yeah.
Yeah, that did not look too good. And there was also I forgot the Borak concept the concept art. Did you guys ever see that?
Yeah.
Oh, there was
yeah.
official Borak concept art.
Or like the leaks, right? That people put out of like the Borak, and they had
the fake
the
leak.
fake ones.
Yeah, I remember the fake ones.
I completely forgot about it. I'm typing and looking everything up again, and they had like the little, like the brain things from the Hero Factory, like that last set. You know what I'm talking about? The line where they have like those egg creatures.
Yeah, brain attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. Yeah, no, and of course they completely forgot, or they didn't forget. They just neglected to give us the big man Makuta himself.
Yeah, that was kind of wild.
But then you gotta build your own.
Yeah, they didn't even release combiner instructions for the Journey to One version, huh? From what I know. Yeah, and the mask too. That was a big thing. I don't know why they didn't just shove him in to the final wave, because the villains were also much weaker from 2015's in my opinion. Like the Skull characters were like, some builds were really great and then some were kind of like not so great. But the beasts like kind of they kind of like stood out. Like they, looking back, like I do like elements about them, but again, like I was like, why do we have Lee's and not like a Makuta set? Like that's kind of strange. I mean, like I know the Makuta is a combiner, and they also did know that this was going to be the last wave, so I don't know why they just didn't kind of throw that in there. But yeah, no, very, very, very strange creative decisions. Do you guys think that the villains of 2016, like the villain sets, were better or worse than 2015's?
I would say
I
they
like them
were
better aesthetically.
all right.
Aesthetically, yeah, no, that's fair enough. How about
Yeah,
you?
but, like, I've never built any of the 2016 ones, so I can't really attest to that.
Yeah, I didn't have like a beast, but one of my brother's friends came over around the time they came out, so I gotta have a look at it. But yeah, like they kind of feel more like, definitely more Hero Factory kind of like builds. Again, like they reminded me. People say that they're more similar to the Paraka, which I disagree with. Like they're definitely more similar to the Brain Attack villains, like those mutants from that year.
Yeah, they really do give that brain attack villain kind of vibe.
brain
Yeah.
tag reach from below vibe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought that was a little bit kind of weird how they did that, and I think that's just my problem with G2 as a whole is that Bionicle has a very specific, at least G1 like had a very specific like art direction style where like even if you like compared like a 2008 set to like a 2002 set or whatever, like they kind of work standing together to a certain degree. But with G2, it's like they combined elements of Chima with Hero Factory with Ninjago, and it just didn't really work out. At least in my opinion. I like that they brought back the vibrant colors like G1 did toward the end with like the Glatorian and all that. I do like the darker colors, but it was nice to see those come back. At least for Bionicle. I know like they already had them for Hero Factory, so they weren't really going out their way to bring back old colors. It was just like, oh, okay, we already have them on hand, so let's just use that those shades. But yeah, no. Would you guys say that 2016 is like, where would you put it on your Bionicle year totem pole? Like, you don't even have to give a specific placing. You can just say like toward the top or toward the bottom.
Geez, this one
Middle.
yeah,
In the middle?
it's kind of hard because like I definitely enjoyed Bionicle being back, but I'm right there with you. Where 2015, I had every set. Like I had every set, and I had duplicates of some sets because I was getting like parts and like rebuilding stuff, and that's where like I started my mocks. I got really heavily into it again after like when G2 hit, and then the second wave for G2 hit, and I was just not as invested. I enjoyed building the Toa. I forget which Toa I had. I think I had most of them. I don't even know if I had the complete set of Toa for this one. I think I might have been missing like Liwa, but the villains I thought were kind of disappointing. I mean, I don't know. The villains in both waves are kind of whack. The Skull Warriors were cool. I mean, I like the aesthetic of like the Skull Warriors. I thought they were kind of funny, spooky, scary skeleton, funny man. But I guess for my overall, I'd probably put it bottom. It didn't have as much hype for it. I think hype was a big factor for me too. Because when I think of like the tier, years for me, I think of like 2007. I think of the Mario, and I think about how hyped that got me. And this is just like nowhere near that scale for me. And I mean, it was a horrible year, but it's I think this would be near the bottom for me at least. It kind of went out on a whimper.
Yeah. Like for me personally, I definitely think it's like second to the bottom, with like the bottom being 2010 for obvious reasons, but like they put some effort into like some new parts, and the Toa builds were pretty stable. I just thought everything else fell completely flat in my opinion. Especially with Journey to Done. Like that was just ridiculous. I was, because like I can watch the Miramax films and be like, oh yeah, these are kids movies. I could still like enjoy them. Like I don't think Mask of Light is all that great, but I think 2 and 3 are still like pretty solid. Like just watching them as like a guy in his early 20s, but just for fun. But I never rewatched Journey to One like at all, and the voice acting was not very good. And I do like the direction they took where they made them like the literal sets. I thought that was cool that they kind of try to do that, but I do think I prefer how they handled it in Legend Reborn, where they look more like the sets, but there's some like you can actually see like their mouths move and things like that, on certain faces. Like I think that kind of works.
Moving pieces.
Yeah. But yeah, no, like, has everyone shared their thoughts on 2016? Alrighty then. So Fry has had some ideas for some topics today. He wanted to talk about the system side of Bionicle briefly. What really sparked your interest in the system side of Bionicle? Because there's not really many people in the community that really talk too much about the system sets. Like some of the sets were quite good. Then some of them were obviously like thrown together. I really wish that instead of like the Bionicle team designers making the sets, they had some like the castle or city people working with them. But yeah, like let us know like what really sparked your interest in that.
Uh, I would say like when they first started. I feel like when they first started the system theme in 2005, I feel like some of the sets were pretty cool. There's just like other than like minus the Vizirac gate, which everyone
Oh yeah, yeah.
doesn't like. But yeah.
Oh.
I would say like some of those sets were kind of pretty interesting, like the Tower of Toa with the old Takanuva gold Kurkan. Even though like
Oh
some of those
yes.
sets that were also like still out in 2006 also had the pearl gold
Yes, well, Post has a funny story
ones.
about that, but
Not
well,
that funny.
I would say like when they did the 2007 wave, it was like 2006 to 2007. I feel like the sets got more and more interesting. I would say because since now they were just now making using Exoforce droid arms, which makes it more useful for like mocking to make those custom
yeah, those hands.
Hydraxon hands.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no. Well, Hydraxon was a very revolutionary set that way. He had a lot of detail. He filled up a lot of gaps, and he was the first one to have posable fingers, I believe. Oh wait, no, I guess Axon did technically, but he uses those Metrotoran
Yeah, he has a stubby,
limbs.
stubby little finger.
Ultimate Duma, maybe.
Yeah, I mean that's like a combiner, but yeah, they're not like they're not like fingers that I would actually use on like a normal mock. Like those Exoforce arms, I use like all the time for hands. But yeah, yeah. Now, what are all of y'all's opinions on those system sets?
I love them. Big fan.
Nice.
The best.
Which year had the best system sets? Do you think?
2006, because just in general, I'm just biased towards 2006, like story wise and all
Yeah,
that
of course.
stuff, right? So, but like I'd say like I feel like each year just had like they have the like one big one, and then you go down afterwards. Obviously, 2005, the big one, Battle of Metro Nui. 2006 was the I guess Paracas Stronghold, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah. I always
Yeah.
wanted that one when I was younger. That
was
was really
Toad
cool.
Terrain Crawler. I only have the Metro ones, unfortunately. I'm still trying to part out the rest. But yeah, it's just like a lot of great things with the '05 sets, except like I think Fries right mentioned before the they're just little chess pieces, and the Vizirax. It's cool that they jump around, right? And they glow in the dark, very very nice. But like yeah, it's just they're like stiff and like nothing makes sense.
Yeah, they're like chess pieces almost. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So like the overall like thick vibe aesthetics, and just I guess ties to, or like vague ties to the story. I heard that they were like supposed to do like a Race of the Mask of Life, chapter in Ignition, but Greg apparently didn't have time to complete or whatever, so they took that out or something.
yeah, it makes
Something
sense.
like that, so that slightly sucked, but otherwise, yeah, I guess Proc Outpost could have been a bit more interesting because I think compare that to like Vizirac, which one was it again? The
Oh, the gate.
Balram. I feel like
Or the, oh,
no, not Vizirac Gate.
Battle Ram.
Yeah, the Balram. I feel like just compared to like similar sized ish sets, that one is a bit more fun to play with, right? So again, I've never played with any of them before, so I can't really say for sure. But just
you don't play with your toys, Posts?
no, because I don't have them.
Yeah, no, of course.
I'm
I
trying to
know.
part
Yeah.
them out.
I know. I'm just
That's
teasing
literally
you.
what I do with them.
No, of course. And Alex, do you have any opinions on those system sets? I had the it was the Mari I forgot what it's actually called, but it's like the one from like the
Terrain Crawler?
I guess it was a crawler, but yeah, it's from like the commercial, like where they're all the Toa and stuff. Yeah, I had that one.
It's like the Toa. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Lego.
Got a 3D
Lego
print
and
a big
Bionicle.
one. Yeah, like yeah, yeah, I know. But yeah, no.
Yeah.
Which one of those were your favorite? If you had some.
No, I definitely had some. I have vivid memories of them because I built them wrong, and I had to have my dad come and help me because the gray in the manual was the same color of gray as some of the tile pieces. So I miscounted like the studs on where to place things several times, and I had the Paraka ship thingy from the 2006 one, and I had that one, and they had one of those like small tower. It's the one that had freaking Exxon's head as like a cannon. It's like a launcher, and there's like a bunch of Butaka Olmecs. And I had those two. I'm pretty sure. I was actually also going to get the Paraka Fortress. However, I will forever go down in shame because I mistook. Oh my gosh, I'm blanking. The blue Baraki betrays everyone to turn everyone.
Oh, Takadox. Yeah.
I thought Takadox was one of the old Avaki sets.
Oh.
And I was like, oh my gosh, they have the Vaki. What? I need this set. When it was just like a new, it was just the Baraki. Little brain me didn't comprehend it. So my dad was like, you want this instead of the big set? I was like, yeah, because that set's super rare. Lo and behold, it's not. It's the Baraki set. So I traded getting the Baraki, like the big Baraki Stronghold for fucking Takadox.
Oh man.
Anyway, so, but they were fun. I did not like Toa though. The goofy little Toa minifigures.
Oh yeah, in 2007 they weren't even accurate for most of them.
You could not pose any of them. Like, I mean, you move the funny arms. They have the the arms from the what was that Exoforce?
Yes.
Exoforce.
Yeah. So they had and I actually had some of the Exoforce sets too. So I had some of those guys around as well, and like they had the same arms, and they had little Paraka spines and whatnot, and I enjoyed them. I like putting my minifigures on them and be like, haha, the Bionicles are going to completely destroy you because you're just a little Lego guy, and this is a freaking Bionicle. Like, come on, bro. And so I had a lot of fun. I think like after I put them together, but I definitely wish that the Toa and like all those figures had a lot more visibility. Like I honestly would not have mind if they were just actual minifigures, like custom printing or something on them. I think that would have been really cool. But I think the only wave I had for like the actual systems was definitely the 2006 and 7 because I also had that little like there was some sort of escape craft that had like a squid on it or something in 2007. And I had that one too. Yeah, I think it was that one. And I don't remember what other system sets came out with. Oh yeah, okay, I'm finding it. So it was the Baraki Deep Sea Patrol. That's the one that I had. And oh my gosh, it's like $120 right now on eBay.
Well, I mean, eBay's always inflated.
Well.
Yeah, I just did a quick little googly search, and then I also had another one. I had the Toa Undersea Attack. I think I had that one too. Yeah. Oh, I see what you mean. No, the minifigures do not look like the sets at all. Oh
yeah.
My gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Pride Act has like Takadox's head in white, like just weird things like that.
Oh no, the green.
Why is that one taxes?
Oh yeah.
One thing that pissed me off is the other day I was down in the garage, and my brother had like a bunch of like a box of like Chima stuff, which back in the day I was not. Look, I like Bionicle. I don't like any of the other like Lego stuff at all. Like I do not care. Then I was flipping, just rummaging around, and then I found one of those like Chima minifigure weapons, and that thing was like nuts because it looked exactly like Nuparu's like power drill, exactly like it. And I was like, why did they not give Nuparu this? The system sets, it looks exactly like it.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
They got those like just
I had
generic,
that one.
just or like real little things, whatever. Infuriating when I found that out.
No, that's hilarious. They definitely take inspiration from Backland and for the newer designs at the time. But yeah, no, that's interesting. But yeah, something that we see sometimes, like in the knockoff market, are those like Bionicle like system sets, like using those protector heads or like masks or something. Those are,
Oh, yeah.
I believe, they're quite rare. But I remember they used to be on AliExpress pretty frequently.
But not anymore.
Yeah, you're after them, huh, Fries?
Yeah. I'm like very curious about them.
Yeah, like, because I remember, like, almost every time I would go on AliExpress in, like, 2019, like, I would see them pretty much all the time. And same with, like, that actual, like, construction figure with, like, the silver protector mask. That actually looks really cool. And that one's
Yeah.
nowhere to be found now. But yet you have all these, like, the G2 knockoffs are still there. And you have, like, almost, like, chibi versions of, like, the G2 sets that are just kind of, like, 5 pieces or something. It just includes, like, their mask, their weapon, and, like, arms and legs. It's kind of funny.
Oh my gosh. I don't think I've ever seen these, actually.
Oh, yeah, just go on AliExpress right now and just type in Bionicle. They will come up. They will come up. Yeah.
Oh my god. Like, warriors. I like it.
Yeah.
They're more cost effective than the protectors were. So, I mean, I'll give them that. That's still a reference to my newest video. I just posted the Matoran tier list ranking. They're still high on the list, but again, like, they were like 15 Canadian and 10 USD, which is just too expensive for a Matoran type build. But yeah, no, the protectors were interesting. And Alex and I talked about this in the first podcast, so we will step out of this one for now. But since Fries wanted to share his potential, like what he would like to see out of a G3, what would Fries and Poce like to see from that?
I would like to see what like a whole bunch of like little islandy sets that come with like a couple characters and maybe like a Rahi of some kind.
Would those be
And
system or would they be construction?
I would say some of them would be system and some of them possibly construction, possibly. I feel like there will be like there should be like, because there's all these like Marvel mechs, Ninjago mechs, and now Star Wars figure sets. Like I would love if like Lego would do like a whole little theme of those with those $15 mechs in a way.
Yeah, like kind of bring back kind of like how the original Toa were when they were not like big in Nika builds, but they were like smaller and they would kind of line up with the modern price point of like what a smaller Toa would actually be now with like at $15. That wouldn't be too bad. Yeah, that'd be cool. What would you like to see out of it, Post?
Well, you said what I would like to see, not what I.
Oh yeah, well you can share your dream G3, and then you can share like your realistic. Yeah, and then you can share your realistic one.
No, I don't care about what's realistic. I'm just saying, back to basics. Let's bring that back the Technic, right? Like Technic, they still make like these same look. I don't like cars at all. Like, so I don't know what the heck is going on. They all look the same to me. The same like 13 cars every year, right? Why can't they budget out some of that to make Bionicles, which are actually cool and not,
Not just cars with no minifigs.
I think this is just like a vendetta against cars. I'm seeing something else here.
Yeah.
I feel like...
That is true. I do not like cars.
I take it that you ride the bus.
Bad. Overall, yes, the buses are great, and please just continue with what they were going to do, which was releasing Bionicle dinosaurs.
Oh
We
yeah.
could have gotten Bionicle dinosaurs, and all we have is like Cadoc and Gadok, which are very, very cool. If you guys ever had Cadoc and Gadok, amazing sets, absolutely amazing sets. Which is why they should have done more, and they should have kept on going and made more Bionicle dinosaurs, which they stopped doing, which they were going to do.
No, they
Anyways,
surely
so
totally.
yeah, that's
No, I completely agree with the Technic stuff because, like the Rahi of 2001. Again, we kind of covered this a little bit in the first one, but the Rahi are almost all completely Technic. Like, there's some Bionicle like elements thrown in there, like Kanohi heads, all that fun stuff. But like, they are primarily just Technic builds of a lot of the parts they still make today, and they have new ones now that you can make good more variety of builds with that can look more Bionicle-esque. But yeah, no, I don't really see why they don't try to do that, or even something that's like not specifically Bionicle, like maybe it's another kind of like Construction theme or like a Technic kind of creature theme. Obviously we want Bionicle, but like it's kind of strange to me that they don't kind of do that at all, really. I know like there's some like they really love to focus on like the brick built like dinosaurs now instead of like giving like specific molds. They still do the molds for like the dinosaurs and all that, but some of them are brick built, and people have opinions on those. But yeah, again, like I don't know why Technic is so like it's not utilized to what it used to be. Like people kind of forget about it weirdly. And like I get it, like it doesn't like mesh well with everyone's collections, especially like for people that only collect system. But no, I mean like there's definitely a place for Lego Technic in either a G3 or just like with their own kind of thing.
I'm hearing we gotta bring back Technic, do a Senator Armstrong, and make Technic great again.
Yeah, no, of course, yeah. But yeah, no, like bring back the big Mindstorms sets. I don't know if they still make those, but
that's right. I haven't seen one of those in so long because I mean, Lego is pushing out vehicle sets, like a bunch of vehicle sets, and like they have this crane set that they revealed earlier this year. It's supposed to be able to lift like a couple pounds, but what we're seeing is like a lot of the motorized sets, it is vehicles. It's like a bunch of vehicles.
Yeah.
And like all these, because they have like an app now that you can use to control and drive cars.
That's right. Yeah.
So
forgot. Yeah, they still make the motors, which is funny.
And it's a big seller too, because like when I worked at the Lego store, I saw a bunch of guys coming in because their girlfriends would be like, "Oh, I'm buying him the Lego car because he's a car guy." And so the car,
The cars.
we would be surprised how many cars we would sell. So the Lego, those like the system and the Technic cars would go out, and like they're also kind of hard. I built the motorcycle, the really big. I forget what motorcycle it was, but they're pretty challenging. They're actually kind of fun to build, but we don't have anything else in Technic out of vehicles really, and so it would be cool to see Technic utilized in a different way, because like when I think of Technic, all I think of is cars now. I don't see anything else, and like the occasional we have a construction equipment that is Technic. It's like, okay, I guess.
Yeah, no, it's so funny. Yeah, it just seems like with the current direction that the Lego group is in, they just don't really want to. They're like only focusing on system, like, which is like again what it primarily is, but at the same time, like, in a lot of like system sets, like they do utilize those Technic kind of parts. But yeah. But I mean, like, luckily we still have like reproductions like being made use of now, like those Titan joints, like on Maxilos, Bertaka, all those, like those things are expensive now, especially like the gray ones are like $3 and all that. Like, I don't know. So like if you want to buy those in bulk, like you can't really like do that anymore. They're still making like the Bionicle sockets themselves. You okay there? All right. I heard some talking to the mic, so just wanted to check on that. But yeah, like, I mean, luckily, like, we still have like a lot of like really great Technic stuff coming out, and the quality of knockoffs is pretty good. This isn't a sponsor or anything. I just wanted to shout this guy out for anyone that doesn't know who this person is. But I think his name is Zion Tyro. I totally butchered that, but he makes some really great knockoffs here. Like, I don't know if he specifically makes them himself or gets some commission, but I have some of these Titan joints here, and I don't know, like, me for my mocks, I use a lot of them, and they're super expensive. He's a really great outlet, and if you live in the US too, he also sells those AliExpress hows in every single color that they have on AliExpress for cheaper. It's like $5 for shipping. So yeah, have any of y'all bought those knockoff hows yet?
No.
No.
Nah,
Maybe
I
I'm
mean,
the
you
only
know
one.
me and Lepin.
Yeah, I mean it's not Lepin though. It's more like higher quality than like Lepin. But yeah, no, I mean like it's cool. Like the fact that you can get like a teal how is pretty crazy, or like even like an old purple like how. I don't know. It's great for mocks. But
I
yeah.
mean, maybe I
So,
wouldn't be opposed to it now, but I mean, resin printing.
oh yeah, well of course you can always just resin print your own thing. But if you want to save on like the can of paint or something to make your mask, then you can just get it from AliExpress now. So that's good. We had a topic suggestion from someone in the comments. The Mall 7085. He asked, "What year had the best villains?"
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, like immediately for me, you see, like Bionicle is one of those things where I thought that the villains got better with like each year, because like Makuta was always great, but we started to get more of them, and they all became a lot more diverse. Like the Paraka, like they're a huge standout to me. I know like their sets, like they're kind of like clone kind of sets, but I still love them. But they have like a nice, yeah, but they have a nice variety in just personalities, even though they would all kind of do similar things to each other. The Baraki are also fantastic. Their personalities are not so much different from each other, but again, like the sets for them were quite great. But the 2005 Titan villains were pretty solid with like Rudaka, and Sidorak was just kind of like there to get kind of bitched up by Kitangu at the end, but he's still a cool set. What year do you guys think had the best villains?
I would say probably. I would say 2004.
Oh yeah, with Nadiki, Kreka, and Duma.
Nivok.
Aki?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, solid choice. Love Nadiki. He's a really great character. How about you, Poce?
Alright, guys. Baraka, Brutaka,
Mm-hmm.
Vizon,
Yeah, of course.
right?
Karnak.
Ernak. This is again. This is not a typical choice for me personally. Okay.
No, of course.
No, like again, big 2006 fan, right? And the Paraka, I just think they're like one of the first like canister villains that weren't super, I guess, generic, right? In terms of like they're not like a. I guess technically the Borakal have like individualistic like personality and stuff, right? But before that is Vizorak, the Vaki, the Rakshi, whatever, right? They're more like horde villains. These Parakas, they're Vizok, Thok, very different people, right? And a lot was expanded upon in Legacy of Evil, I believe, right? That was the
Yes.
which I thought was great. Really, really good book, that one. Even though it wasn't really pushing the story forward, but a lot of really good insight and backstory into how these Parakas came to be how they are, right? Baktan is probably one of my favorite villains, right? His confrontation with Ernak, I thought was amazing, right? It was written, it's great, right? Zaktan versus Ernak, and that moment wouldn't have come to be if we didn't have all the expose in Legacy of Evil beforehand. So love that. And again, Brutaka is my favorite set.
Yeah, no, Brutaka's sick.
Vizon, yeah, Vizon,
Brutaka supremacy.
great character. Fantastic character, right? And which was expanded upon later on with the Federation Fear, whatever, not Federation Fear, but just
The Suicide Squad.
yes, amazing. amazing stuff. But yeah, villain wise, I just really like 2006 stuff. What they did there.
Nice. Yeah. No.
It's
Fantastic
definitely,
answer.
you know, for me, it's a close call between 2006 and 2007 because I enjoyed 2006 a lot, but I think I enjoyed 2007 even more. Like, from going, you know, reading the comics, I would get all the comics, right, with the Lego magazine, and, you know, the progression of that story. I think I delved really into Bionicle lore when 2007 came out, and then, you know, the book of, like, Makuta's, like, diary, when it came out a couple years later, just
Oh
let me
yeah.
go back into, like, 2007 even further. And because I really liked the design of Maxilos, Hydraxon, and Gadunka. I had most of the Titans, and
I did not.
something
get
about
good.
Gadunka was fun. I'm trying to rebuild it. I have part of him rebuilt, and he was like, I looked at him, and he's just a mouth. He's a mouth with
Yeah, his
legs
big
and arms.
mouth. Yeah.
Big little mouth.
Yeah, he's a goofy looking guy, but something about,
Missed my arm.
you know, yeah, something about Maxilos was definitely like, ooh, this guy is cool as hell, and you know, him and Hydraxon fighting when that trailer came out was really dope.
Oh
and
yeah,
then,
that was so
and
sick.
then seeing, you know, finding out that Maxilos is actually Makuta hidden, and it's just like his
Mhm.
scheme going throughout, like that kind of layered it on. So it's like,
Yeah.
oh, interesting.
I am
And
gonna
then-
interject here. That twist for me was so ridiculously obvious because looking at that set, as a kid, I was like, he looks suspiciously like Makuta, like almost to a T.
Well, I'm not
Like,
saying like that was caught me. I just mean like I just
Damn.
the fact that Makuta was here. I was like, oh,
it was like,
the funny guy.
big gunmetal and red man. It kind of reminds me of another 2003
Absolute
set.
sus.
What are
Yeah.
you talking about? He's just a robot that was manufactured for thousands of slides.
Yeah, no, of course. Yeah, no, it was still like a really great part in the story, but I was just sliding in there as a kid. I was like, yeah, kind of saw that one coming.
Oh, and the dog. I love the dog. I had what was it? Spinax?
Yeah, Spinax,
Or-
yep.
Spinax.
Yep.
I have Spinax. I think I still have Spinax built. Best boy, best pupper, and I mean I know we're talking about the villain, but I just have to mention Jala's little crab was my favorite thing ever.
Oh yeah. Crab.
This is my favorite
Right.
thing, and the whole like that whole line. I remember building him and building the crab, and you're like, I have a little friend. Nice. But I definitely would say 2007. I enjoyed the villain. I love his villains in 2006. You know, Putaka, he's epic gamer, and you know, Fenrak the spider. I still have the spider built too, and but I think 2006 felt very like feral. You know, like these jungle guys, and then 2007 just kind of hit with the deep lore and the depression, and I resonate with it. So,
Resonate
villains?
with the depression.
The villains just like made my little 7-year-old brain go, "Oh my gosh, what is life?" And
Yeah.
and it was just so, you know, I have such a great distinctive like emotional tie to those villains and just the year in general, and so it'll definitely be top. I definitely think that the villains, and then I mean I didn't even talk about the Baraki, right? Like,
Yeah.
these guys are pretty good. And,
Those guys are so great. Yeah.
Yeah, I say less. He's, you know, epic.
Yeah, no, like I definitely think there's no wrong answer between 06 and 07. I guess I would give the slight edge to 07, but 06, like even with like characters that were not in set form, like because we had Karzani in 06 before we had him in 07.
That's-
we had
yeah,
the
that's
set
right.
of him, and he's probably the most
yeah.
demented Bionicle character in the canon. Like,
Bionicle Devil, my
yeah,
favorite.
like you thought Pterodax was Bionicle Satan. It's like, well, meet this guy. He'll literally rearrange you. Like, yeah, like doll maker from DC Comics for all you DC fans out there, but like more insane. But yeah, and then of course Vizon is great. But yeah, no, like 06, 07, can't go wrong with either of those two choices. Those are definitely the best villains.
Arc Destiny was creepy.
Yeah, no, it was. Which cereal was all of y'all favorites? This is kind of just like improving now because we blasted through the list. But if you had a favorite cereal, you know, those ones that Greg would write for the website, like which one was your favorite?
That's a tough one.
Yeah, there's a lot of really great ones.
Yeah.
It's the The one with Takanuva where he travels through dimensions. That
Yeah, he
that
had a few of them. He had two. There was Dark Mirror and I forgot the name
was
of
the
the other one. but-
Kingdom, right?
Yeah, Kingdom. Yeah,
that one
Kingdom of the
was...
Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, no, Takanuva visits Shima.
Yeah,
Um,
no. Yeah, deleted scene.
Yeah, no, instead of like the thing where they're walking on the beach and they see the Statue of Liberty, it's just Matsui in his
Yeah.
robot form. You see Takanuva, and they're like, oh no! Like that scene from Spaceballs.
Oh yeah, no,
Anyway.
literally, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what's going on. They're like, oh, there goes the Great Spirit.
Yeah, there it goes.
Yeah, no, I definitely enjoyed seeing Takanuva because I love seeing the what if, and then my favorite part of that is seeing good Makuta. Like,
Yeah.
we got Makuta where he was happy and he did his job, and he was like, "Oh my God,
And I-
we're talking about Anui."
And I love that he claims that he's like the stronger, like he's stronger than like the main one. He's like, yeah, like I'm. The other one's a punk bitch, bro. Like I can totally bitch him out. Like...
No, because then they even like they go back and you know main Makuta's like, "Oh no, who is this guy with my mask but epic?" And he sends like like 7 shadow versions of Takanuva, and then Makuta's like, "Hey, you know, hold my alcoholic protodermis. Give me 1 second." Like obliterates them.
Mhm.
So good, so good. I love that man. He has a funny hammer.
They're available.
Big hammer. Lay the hammer down. Yeah, no, I really love the I mean, I'm a little bit biased, but I really love like the few like manga serials we got with like Tuyat and Birth of a Dark
Yeah,
Hunter.
Marrying Death is to it. That one's really good. Yeah.
Yeah, they're really great. Just like kind of like mystery for like kind of noir-ish, a little bit dark as well. Like we like the dark stuff in Bionicle, even though it's structured toward kids. They got away with a lot of stuff in those serials, probably because like I don't know like the approval process. Like I'm sure like they would just detect like certain words, like okay, you can't say this, you can't say fucking Bionicle, you can't do that.
Bionicle, the number one reason why I'd be edgy.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like it totally like influenced like my music taste.
Word.
Yeah, like yeah. But yeah, no, like you covered a lot of ground in that, and yeah, no, I don't know. I really like the serials. To get off Bionicle topic, just for the final segment, have all of you seen Deadpool and Wolverine, or no?
Nope.
All right.
Nope.
Okay. All right. Only Alex and I have. So we won't talk spoilers, Len. We'll just go over for like just a few minutes. Yeah, I really liked that movie. That movie was sick. What about you, Alex? I thought that was cool.
I give it a thumbs up
You give it
with
a
my
thumbs
left
up.
hand, and then I give it a thumbs up with my right hand.
All right, 2
And if
thumbs
I had a
up.
third hand, I would also give it a thumbs up. But unfortunately, I haven't found one.
Oh man. Well, I hope that you guys don't get spoiled too badly on it. Like one of the
Yeah, it's been out for a while now.
Yeah, it's been about
Yeah.
3 weeks, coming up on this Monday, I think. So yeah, but yeah. Hopefully there's certain things that are like being memed now that are like semi spoilers. So just be careful of that. Don't go on Instagram Reels. But yeah, and with that, I think we will end today's episode on a low note, just because half the people here didn't watch the movie yet. Thank you all for listening, and thank you, Fries, and thank you, Poce, for joining us. We will be back next week. Thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna do the little YouTuber thing where I'm like, leave a like on the video. It really helps the channel, guys. No, have a great rest of your day. Thank you.